Oh my goodness. This title, Blast from the Past, I can't believe it. 2000, the year 2000. Yeah, in the year 2000 was when I left Athens, Greece. So I lived in Greece for around about 3 years. I can't remember the exact timeline. But when I was in Greece, I had a boyfriend from Serbia who I then actually married to get him into South Africa. But that marriage didn't last long. It was really just to get him into the country. We didn't work out. We broke up eventually. Anyway, we got divorced in Greece. The marriage was never registered in South Africa. But anyway, it was my first sort of true love, my first grown up adult relationship. And I've heard nothing from that guy since I went back to visit Greece. When was it? 2022. Since then, like we lost contact completely. Well, today he found me on Instagram, and today we did a video call on Instagram, and I was just like, wow, actually, thank God for social media. Thank God for technology. I mean, there's no romantic thing left. That's ancient history. It's 20 whatever plus years ago. But you know how you often just wonder how someone's doing? Throughout the years, I've often wondered how he's doing, where is he in his life, what happened, because the two of us were foreigners in a foreign country, and it was a special time because I mean, he didn't speak English hardly. I didn't speak Serbian at all. We both spoke Pidgin Greek to each other. It was just one of those times where I grew up and came into myself in Greece, and he was there. He was my boyfriend at the time, and it was just a magical time for me. And it was so nice to catch up, to see that he's got 4 children. What else? He's now divorced, living just outside of Athens. He's still in the same line of work as he was when I left. And it's just incredible also to see how he's aged. He's fully white, where he had dark hair back then. And I'm just, it's incredible. It was somebody that, I mean, we didn't break up for any, there was nothing bad between us. It was simply a matter of timing. I was too young. He was 8 years older than me. He was ready to settle down, probably buy a house, have kids. I was nowhere near that stage. And I just wanted to study and have fun. So things didn't work out, but there was always a warm and good feeling. And when I went back, what was it, in 2022, I think ish, to Greece to visit, things were very amicable. And we've remained friends, at least in my mind and heart. And now it was just confirmed that we are friends still. And it was just like so good to see an old friend from that time. And then we were talking about friends that we hung out in a certain social group, a lot of foreigners. And we were just talking about how's that person, catching up on life. And it's so special. And then I realized, he's in his 50s, I'm in my mid 40s. Life goes by like that. And it is good to catch up with people because just now, in the blink of an eye, you know, anything could happen, and that person is gone from this earth. So it was just so special. I feel so blessed. I can just feel it's just, I get the cosmic tingles because through modern technology, through social media, I have spoken to a person that I haven't spoken to in over 23 years on the other side of the world. And we just spoke like that. It's wow. So I'm feeling the mystery that is technology and the blessings that it brings to our lives, which brings me to the point of how awesome that I get to sit here. I find it incredible in my bedroom in South Africa, in the greater city of Durban, talking to you. Now, I know I don't know you personally, but you are getting to know me pretty well. So almost it's a weird kind of a friendship, but I do feel like it's a friendship. It's some kind of relationship that is special. It's unique because this kind of relationship could never have existed 20 years ago. No, I don't think YouTube was around 20 years ago. When did I go on YouTube? YouTube was around 2010, wasn't it? Can't remember. Anyway, But there is a special kind of thing that happens on YouTube. Like, there are certain YouTubers that I have stumbled upon and that I have fallen in love with, so to speak. Not in love, but you feel like something, a connection. And over the years, you keep watching their videos, you check in, you see how they're doing, you see how they've moved on, you see if their content has evolved. And over the years, I do. There's certain YouTubers that I enjoy, that I check in, watch their stuff regularly. And it's amazing. It's a special thing because most of them, of course, I will never meet them. But you find that you want to know them. You wish you could meet them because a lot of them, and I'm wondering if I would have that same effect on some of you. There's a lot of YouTubers that I watch that I really feel like I know their heart and their soul because of what they say and what they share. And so I really like them. I really like them. And I know I would be friends with them if I ever were to meet them in the real world. And I think, sure, because sometimes it's hard to make friends as an adult. It is. I mean, I make friends at the gym, but it's a superficial kind of an acquaintance level. Sorry, let me have some water. My mouth gets dry when I talk. Mm. It's this, how's it? And we do talk. But I do find on YouTube, obviously, I can go deep. I can say what I want. I can delve into, well, if I really want to go deep, I can delve into times when I was a bit depressed. I don't know to what degree I've been depressed, but I have had times in my life where at least I think I've been depressed. There's times where I just don't want to face another day. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. Times where I think, just end it now, it would be so much easier, which is horrible. It's a horrible place to be. Um, so anyway, I could go into all of that, and you guys would know like the truth of me. And I find that weird. And is it weird? Is it weird and wrong of me to be sharing all of this with people that are relative strangers on the internet? Should I be sharing? Obviously, there's things that I would never share. Specifics about relationships, about people in my life. I wouldn't give away detail about my loved ones because it's not for them. I mean, they haven't chosen to be on YouTube. I'm choosing to be on YouTube. I do talk about my son, and even that, I wonder how he would feel about that. Although I think I'm saying nothing that I wouldn't say to him. But again, I need to be mindful of what I share. Anyway, how did that get to here from talking about a blast from the past? Because of the magic and the mystery that is the internet nowadays. So it blows my mind sometimes that I sit here, I talk, I share, I open my soul, I bare my soul, and we have a relationship of sorts. And I hope you do feel that there is a relationship building. I think there is. I truly hope a lot of you are coming along my journey with me. And it makes me wonder, maybe I should take the time. Actually, maybe I should do it now. Yes, take the time to just tell you a little bit more about like me, my life story, how I came to YouTube. Some of you may know a bit of it already, but let me start from the beginning. So I was born in Johannesburg. Joburg is in South Africa. So it's north and it's inland. My mom immigrated to South Africa when she was 13, so she's Greek. So her and my father met. My father is a South African. Um, so, yes, obviously, South Africa, the native, true African people are Black Africans. So, my dad is from, his lineage is British, Irish, Scottish, I don't know from where, but he was born here, born and bred. So, anyway, he and my mom met, had me, and then he was transferred to Durban, which is how we came to the east coast of South Africa. And I grew up in Natal. It's called KZN now, KwaZulu Natal, which is an area called the East Coast. And I've been this sort of area all my life, except for the 3 years that I lived in Greece. And I have traveled as well. But yeah, I've grown up. I would say I had a very wonderful, sheltered childhood, and I'm glad. But I guess now as an adult, I can see when I was young how naive I was. I really thought that people were all good at their core. And as you grow up, you see that that's not how life works. Not everyone has your best intentions at heart. People are cruel. Life can be unfair. In fact, life is unfair. I thought life always worked out in the end because of movies and Oprah and redemption stories and all the Disney cartoons and movies. You kind of think that good will always triumph, but in the end, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it's very sad, but it doesn't. But anyway, I don't want to be negative either. There is hope, but the hope lies inside of you, you for you. um, but yeah, life isn't fair, unfortunately, and some people are very, very cruel to other people and to animals, and they will never change. And I never want to see that or believe that when I was young. But anyway, so I went to school, matriculated at the top of my class. And then I took a gap year because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Then I lived in Greece. Then I studied 1 year of graphic design in Greece. I say in Greek, but they spoke a lot of English to help me out. So I didn't really study in Greece in Greek itself. And graphic design is more about the work you produce, it's not a language thing. But then I came back on a holiday here and I really wanted to study here, back in South Africa, because I just felt there was more, it was better here. The Technicons, so it's a technical university here, it was bigger. The course was much bigger. There were 40 people, whereas in Greece, that small little like private university, there were only 4 of us in the class. And anyway, so I came back home, and I'd missed all my family as well. So I came home because all my friends were here, all my family was here. Yes, I've got Greek family in Greece, but it's my aunt and my cousins, not my immediate family, not my mother, father, stepfather, and brother. So I've came back home, and I don't regret it. But what I do regret is when I was in Greece, I nearly got my Greek passport. But at the time, I was told by the South African embassy that I couldn't hold dual citizenship. Turns out that you can, and well, now you can. Whether they've changed the laws or not, I do not know. But I should have gotten my Greek passport then. So now I have to go through the whole process again because when my kid is older, I would like to travel. I would like to see if maybe living in another country will be the right thing for later on. Who knows? But now I've got to go through that whole process anyway. Um, so I studied graphic design here, and as I told you the story in the beginning, when I was in Greece, I married my Serbian boyfriend. In fact, long story. Let me tell you more of the story. He was an illegal immigrant in Greece because he was like running away from the war in Serbia, Kosovo, and he was jailed for being an illegal immigrant. So I actually got him out of jail. I spent all time and effort with a lawyer, and we worked to get him political asylum so he could stay in Greece. And I'm so glad I did that for another human being. And anyway, so then he couldn't come to South Africa without being married to a South African. So we got married, and then he came here. And then things just didn't work out. Then I realized like this is getting way too serious. And I was only 20, 21. And anyway, so that didn't work out. But studied graphic design. And then for 20 years, I worked as an illustrator doing little watercolor pictures that would go onto product labels. That contract sadly came to an end last year, and that's how I found myself on YouTube. I'd luckily started my YouTube channel before the contract ended, and then I won a course, a position on Ali Abdaal's part-time YouTubers Academy. And so I took that as a sign from the universe saying, go with this, be on YouTube, like run with it. So I have put in a lot of time and energy into being on YouTube, but I still haven't made a livable wage yet, but it will come. It will come. I'm putting it out there into the universe. And that's how I found myself here. And obviously, along the way, I met my ex, the father of my son. I had a child. I'm a mother. And yeah, so I'm an artist, a mother, and now a YouTuber. And that's where I am today, a 45-year-old South African mother on YouTube. And that is my story. So I think I'm going to end this here because I don't want to drag it on too long. So hopefully you guys have gotten to know me a little bit better. If there's anything you want to know, just ask and I will answer questions in the next video or in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope this has given you some interesting stuff, food for thought. Think about people from your past that you would like to connect with and maybe look them up on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media. You just never know. All right. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye.